Pals, thank you for sticking around for part 4, the conclusion of the bombshell roundup of chlorpyrifos poisoning, the article at The Intercept called Poison Fruit. This is our contribution to Autism Awareness Month this April. I hope that these staggering figures you're about to hear about the IQ loss linked to these pesticides is enough to draw you to action to support food sustainability and food safety in the Farm Bill. Ban chlorpyrifos. Here we go. Where we left off. All right. Dow has done its best to quantify the benefits of its products, which, along with other pesticides, helps U.S. farmers produce 144 billion pounds of additional food, feed, and fiber, and reap 22.9 billion in farm income increases, according to chlorpyrifos.com. But the cost of continuing to use the toxin in our food supply can be measured too. Every day chlorpyrifos is in use, more kids will be exposed, and more brains altered by the chemical. The oldest of the children in Rao's study are now 18, and as they age, she is learning more about how their brains are different. She recently scanned the brains of 20 of the children in her study and found structural differences in those who were most highly exposed. These kids also tend to have tremors, and Rao is now exploring whether they're more likely to develop Parkinson's-type symptoms as they enter late adolescence and adulthood. Several scientists have attempted to estimate the cost of the silent pandemic of neurotoxicity that's resulted from this and other toxic exposures. The Tender scientists, that's TENDR, noted that chemicals including chlorpyrifos have already contributed to an alarming increase in learning and behavioral problems in children. An estimated 10% of American children are now diagnosed with ADHD, and in Ohio, that's like 13%. And 1 in 68 American children is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, amounting to a 17% increase over the last decade. David Ballinger, a researcher from Harvard Medical School, sliced the burden another way, estimating that exposure to organophosphate pesticides, including chlorpyrifos, has collectively cost American children almost 17 million IQ points. In Europe, researchers have even tried to put a price tag on the neurodevelopment problems caused by chlorpyrifos and other pesticides each year. 120 billion euros. That must be like all the lost productivity. It's just so staggering. While children in farming communities get the biggest doses of chlorpyrifos, people across the country are exposed to potentially dangerous amounts of the chemical through their food. Though it is unclear exactly how much pesticide residue can alter brain development, all of the researchers I spoke with told me they advise pregnant women and young children to eat organic fruits and vegetables. Check out the Dirty Dozen on Environmental Working Group. We're going to get to that later. All right, wrapping up this article. It's not unlike the strategy of Zenadiah Munoz, who has cloistered herself in her 2-bedroom house in Cutler, California during her pregnancy. After reckoning with the shock that chlorpyrifos could be used even though it's known to harm kids' brains, Munoz has done what she can to protect her growing family. They can't afford to buy organic, so she is hoping her drawn curtains and closed doors will protect her, and waiting for the government to do something about the pesticide that is all around her. Now, this is exactly who Senator Udall of New Mexico has the back of Zenadiah Munoz, who is in these farming communities, protect farm workers. No, his bill to ban chlorpyrifos, S1624, is called Protect Children, Farm Workers, and Farmers from Nerve Agent Pesticides Act. And we will continue to cover this at Agricultural Progress. Our focus is, it was promulgated, like our club was initially came about to assist with the manure runoff pollution that needs to be mitigated into Lake Erie and to curtail our dead zones. But this is like one of the top food safety issues I am now obsessed with. So I will be your ally and help us figure out what's going on with asparagus. Help us make a fuss about chlorpyrifos and figure out how much we need to boycott conventional asparagus. Because we've read on a blog that asparagus, bell peppers, and cilantro have the highest residues for chlorpyrifos, but on the environmental working group, asparagus is on the clean 15 of low likelihood. So I've read really some pretty conflicting things. And then in this article, there's going to be another pesticide that I just found out about in this article that is what's it called? Something with a P. I'll find it. This is like really stuck out to me because it was like another brain damaging pesticide besides chlorpyrifos. Oh well, we will get to it. Join Pesticide Action Network, join Beyond Pesticides, join Organic Consumers Association, support the work of Food and Water Watch and Friends of the Earth and Sierra Club, an environmental working group, Center for Science in the Public Interest. These groups have your back as consumers and as Earth citizens. So, well, I hope to assist and do what we can. We just asked Eric Trump on Twitter, since he is a children's cancer advocate, kind of former, because he kind of dropped it because raising money for his nonprofit was too much of a conflict of interest when Trump won, because he was selling off time with lunch with Ivanka for donations and stuff, and it was currying allowed people to curry too much favor anyway. So since he's active, we've asked him, since he used to be active for kids cancer, we asked him, listen, for April is Autism Awareness Month, get out there and tell Scott Pruitt to protect farm workers and farm communities from nerve agent pesticides. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon, and I hope this really, really helped, because I know this article was so long. I'm so glad I finally finished it, and I hope it helps you learn and grow without having to be super ADHD, because I have tough times with really long articles, and by putting it on tape, you can listen anytime. Lots of love. Mwah.